Hi Mavens, it's Kelly and I am here to bring you your Millionaire Maven training for this week. And our topic is holiday selling. So this is going to be holiday selling part 1. Part 2 is going to come to you guys in about 2 weeks. Why are we doing it in 2 different parts? Well, you've got to get ready is the first thing. So we've got to do some groundwork, lay some groundwork, and get ready and then take the action. I don't want you to go out with the action and fumble and stumble and get discouraged. So we're going to try to do this the smart way. I want you to work smarter and not harder. So why are we starting holiday selling in September? Today's September 12th, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, it's 80 degrees outside. Why are we talking about holiday selling? Well, this is why. A few years ago, when the recession hit, people started approaching their holiday purchasing a little bit differently. They used to use credit cards, all of that good stuff. Well, people got into a lot of financial problems and they don't use credit cards quite like they used to. So people really have gotten to where they have to use layaway programs. So they're purchasing now so they have time to pay everything off in time for the holidays. And here's the thing, guys, I've already seen everything Christmas is out at Hobby Lobby. So the Christmas season just starts earlier and earlier and earlier. You guys will probably be starting doing this in July before you know it, right? So you as a business need to get in on the scoop. Here's kind of the cool thing. Do you guys know that about 70% of retail businesses do the most, or here, let me reword that. Retail businesses do 70% of their business in the last quarter of the year. So October, November, December are huge selling months. You're a retail store. You happen to be a mobile retail store or a virtual retail store, but you're a retail store. So in order for you, you can't show up on December 1st and try to start selling for the holidays because people will have already begun their purchasing or be done with it. I know people who do Christmas shopping all year long. So I want you to get ahead of the curve. So that's why we're doing it this way. So I've got back here a little chart. I'm going to pull this up here a little bit. Hopefully this will make sense, guys. I had to put pants on for this training because I might have to stand up. So this is my holiday list. I've got my mom and my kids to purchase for. I've got grandkids, my BFF, my hubby, and some of the extra things that we do for the kids. So my projection is I need about $950. I don't think you guys can see that at the bottom here. I need about $950. I'm just going to round it up to an even $1,000. Okay. So I personally need $1,000 in order to pay for my own holiday shopping. So here's what I want you to imagine. Imagine that Beauty Control produces this number in profit for you, and you do not have to go into debt. Let Beauty Control pay for your holidays, okay? So what I want you to do, the very first thing I want you all to do is I want you to get out a piece of paper and I want you to start your holiday list. Who do you buy for? What is it that you need to have in your pocket in order for your holidays to be paid for? Okay, so now that you know that number, that's the profit that you want to make during the next 3.5 months, maybe a little bit less because you want the money and time to go do your shopping. So that's why we can't wait. So what does that mean? That means I need to sell 2,000 in retail in order to make my profit, right? Maybe a little bit over. So that's where you can see, I know right now what my goal is. I know where I'm headed. Here's the thing, guys. If you don't write this down and have a goal, you will not be successful in this. You will not have the profit that you want. I'm just going to truth talk you. You have to sit down and make the commitments in this. You're the CEO of your business, and we want to know exactly what your projections are for your holiday selling. So, determine what is it that you want profit during this season. Now, maybe it's bigger. Maybe you want to pay for a holiday vacation. I don't care what that number is, but I know strictly from my holiday selling, I'm planning to pay for my own holidays. Okay. So that's step number 1 is for you to determine what your projection is, what your target is during this retail selling time. Now, let's talk about what we can sell. Okay. Because this takes some prep. So during this time, You want to get really, really focused. You don't want to be like all over the place trying to sell everything out of the catalog. No, don't get me wrong. With my clients that have been with me forever, they sort of have some ideas. They get the sales catalog from me, so they might put together different packages. But I'm talking about your plan right now is to get very, very focused. And having done this now for about 12 holiday seasons, I know what sells during the holidays. You guys know I'm in love with the core product skincare, anti-aging, the MRP sort of products because those are highly consumable. During the holidays is when we kind of go to our fluffy stuff. And these aren't big, highly reorder things, but they're easy sell, and they're very affordable. So I want you to focus on two sets that you're going to sell during the holidays. I want you to focus on Mary Manny's and mistletoes. So you're going to have a Mary Manny set that you're going to offer, and you're going to have mistletoes that you can offer, okay? So what are those? Okay, so the Mary Manny's are very, very simple. Two of our hottest products. Instant manicure, and extreme repair. If you have a bunch of the brown sugar, the recent ones on hand, if you've got the brown sugar scrubs and the brown sugar creams, use what you have on your shelves. I'm hoping you guys stocked up on these last month because your profit margin is going to be huge. It's going to help you get to that profit goal way faster because I'm charging full price during the holidays on this, but I bought these at a much lower price and my profit margin is more than 50%. If you didn't stock up, that's okay. You're still going to be able to make I'm still going to show you how you can make money, but I want you guys to be very, very focused on this. And that's why I use that catalog. I really focus in on what's smart for my sales. That's what I stock up on. And then I have a plan to sell through. That's key. Write that down if you're taking notes. Sell through. You need a plan to sell through. You know, the other word I want you guys to write down? Action. You got to take action in order for this to work, okay? So let's talk about that then. Our mistletoes set is our pedicure scrub and our pedicure salve. These are on sale. These are regularly $22. They're on sale for $16.90, so 17 bucks essentially. So you're going to get these at a much cheaper price, which means your profit margin is going to be bigger. Stock up on these now. These have to be purchased this month in what's this month? September, okay? Now, what I like to do to fluff these up a bit is you go buy some really cute gloves at Walmart, some really cute little socks or little slippers. You can get holiday colors or you can get diva colors, and you don't even have to do this because we're going to talk about that. But let's say for my Mary Manny's, I have a little Manny set here, and I throw in some cute little gloves. What a great little gift set that is. For the mistletoes, we put in a cute little pair of furry socks. Simple, easy. Last year, I think, Jamie did a bunch of these with leopard print, and they went like hotcakes, okay? So simple, easy. So you're going to, I want this really, really low cost. Do not go out and buy tons of decorations and wrapping and all this stuff because you got to keep your overhead down because we want profit. So you're going to go look for cheap, inexpensive socks, fuzzy ones on Amazon or at Walmart. Same for gloves. If you want to skip this, skip it. You don't even need it if you don't want it. You can add some candy into the little packages and keep it very, very simple. Now, when it comes to wrapping, I'm mega simple when it comes to wrapping. Now, I haven't purchased my stuff for this year yet, but last year they had these amazing gift bags in these pretty metallic colors at Hobby Lobby. If you've got little ones, you can even get these brown and white bags and let your kids do some stamps and stickers all over it if you want. But these are classy. They're fabulous. They come in all sizes. They come in little sizes that are perfect for the little manicures and the hand creams and foot creams. And then you buy some beautiful tissue paper. I bought sort of the metallic tissue paper to match that last year. 50% off at Hobby Lobby right now, guys. So this is the time for you to get that stuff, okay? So keep the cost down. Get in on it now so that you've got everything ready to go. So you've got your Mary Manny's and your mistletoes. Aren't those adorable and cute? Love it, okay? So now you know how much your goal is, what we're headed to. You know what it is that you're going to be selling, and you're going to work on getting the materials that you need to sell this. Okay, now how many of these do we need to sell? So remember I said before I want $1,000 profit. So I want to sell at least $2,000 retail. If I'm selling these for $49 to $51 per set, These are 44 and 45, so I put a couple dollars in there to help cover your cost of your wrapping or your socks, because I want you to be making true profit here. So if you're selling there, if we just kind of guesstimated around $50 a package that you're going to be selling it, I need to sell 40 sets in order to go do this. So I know right now I'm selling 40 of these sets. I can focus on 20 and 20. I could, however I decide to do it, I'm going to do it all instant manis. Whatever you decide, that's up to you. But I know right now for me personally what my goal is, what my target is, what I'm going to sell, how I'm going to get there. Okay, so we've got that down. Last step is pretty simple. Who are you going to sell this to? This is where the action is going to start kicking in. When we do the holiday selling part 2, we're going to be talking about the exact verbiage to be selling these things, but I want you to get ready now, okay? So you are going to create 2 lists. They're going to be Frank lists. What does Frank stand for? Friends, relatives, associates, coworkers, neighbors, kid connections. Call it who do you know list. Who do you know? And I want you to start thinking about that. I don't care who it is, put it on the list. Because here's the deal, guys. You need to ask 5 to 10 people to get a yes, depending on how good your verbiage is. I usually get a yes about once every 5 times, but if you're brand new at this, it might take you 10 people to ask to get the yes. So if you've got to sell 40, you need a list of 400 people to be out there talking to. I know it sounds overwhelming. It's not. You know why? If you pull out your phone right now, the average person will invite to a wedding, or the average number of people that will show up at a funeral is 200. If you open this up right now and go to your phone book, your address book, go to your Facebook list, you know at least 400 people or more. So this is going to be a no-brainer for you guys, okay? So 250 is about the average that we invite to weddings and that we bring, so 250 right off the top, okay? 400 might be stretching you a little bit, but you can do it. Remember, this is about you. This is about your goals. This is about having the true, not desire to get there, commitment to get there. Remember the difference. I desire to be a size 2, but I have commitment to try not to get bigger than a 14, right? So actually 12 now, okay? But here's the deal. We got to stay honest about this. So if I want $1,000, what's my commitment to get $1,000 in my pocket? You write that down. All of this is going to be written down and it's going to be shared with me, and we're going to make sure you hit your goals. Now you're going to have 2 lists. One is going to be who can I sell to? Who could I help create a wish list or Christmas list like you just did? You can sit down with your friends and family and say, I'm like Santa's helper right now. I can do like amazing cool stuff for you for their holidays. So your moms and your sisters and your mother-in-laws and your BFFs and your Bunko Club friends and your Secret Santa friends and your teacher gifts, I got those covered for you guys. Amazing gifts for you, okay? We'll talk a few other things later like stocking stuffers and stuff like that. I want you to stay focused on these 2 sets right now. So who do you know? Clients, friends, all these people. You make this list of people that you can be selling to. Men, talk to some men and say, have you purchased anything yet for your sweetheart? You can give double. They can give a mistletoes and a Mary Manny 100-pack sets, and it includes a coupon for you to come pamper her later, and you just booked a spa. So men, I want men on this list. That list needs to be deep, deep, deep. Now let's talk about executive gifts. Whoops, sorry, phone just went off. Let's talk about executive gift giving. What is that? That is going into businesses and helping them buy gifts for their staff. Okay, so think about that. I want you to create a list of people you know or a way in the door. So let me just give you a couple of examples. I'm going to approach my vet because I've been at the vet's office a lot lately with my little Lulu, and they've got about 6 ladies in there. They're all ladies that work in there, and they're washing their hands and putting gloves on all day long. So I'm going to drop a little line with the vet the next time I take Lulu in to get her stitches out in 2 weeks and say, hey, by the way, I'm a little businesswoman too. I have kind of a little virtual mobile day spa, and I do great little gifts for staff and client appreciation. I have something that would be awesome for your staff. I've got these great little spa packages. Now, I'm not going to say the cost. Are you ready? We'll talk about this more, but I'm going to say, tell me what your budget is, and I'll put together something for you. Because she might say $100 a person is her budget. Well, guess what? They're getting one of each, right? So don't undercut yourself. Just go in and say, I am a mobile, no, you know what, forget, we're not going to say it right now because we're going to work on the action later. So I want the list first. Who could you go in and approach like that? The vet's office, the dentist's office. Maybe you've got a friend that works somewhere where there's a lot of women. Maybe you know some teachers. Where are there a lot of secretaries? And you could contact them and say, hey, who does all the purchasing for your holiday gifts for your staff? I'd like to visit with them. Would you mind connecting us for us? Because then, Gary will say, hey, my friend Kelly has a store. You ought to look at her stuff maybe for holidays for everybody, for the staff. Think about the businesses that you know. Because think about this, if my vet office buys 6 packages at $100, I've just sold 600. Boom, I only have 1,400 to go. So you can see where you can knock a whole bunch out here really, 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 really fast. So I want you to create these 2 lists, businesses that you could approach for holiday gifts to their employees and people that you could be the little Santa to that will purchase gifts for moms, teachers, Bunko Club, Secret Santa, etc. All right, the 2 gifts. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. Number 1, we've got to have the profit goal. What are we headed towards? So make your list. Number 2, you know what you're going to sell, the Mary Manny's or the mistletoe set. Decide, are you doing one, both? What are you going to do? Get your supplies in. That means ordering the products, because here's the deal, guys. The commitment is I'm ordering in that product and selling through, and that profit will pay for my Christmas, okay? So get your supplies in, get your product in. Number 3 is creating the list, so you know now where you're headed. What we'll do in part 2 is the exact verbiage, the exact language, the exact approach, the exact action to get you the results. We could have your holiday profit in your pocket in October. Now, lastly, I want to leave you with something to think about here, okay? I want you to be thinking about in October, in November, and in December. When will you be offering holiday specials? Maybe even virtual open houses. That's going to be coming up in our next segment when we do holiday selling part 2. So think about that. When in October, November, and December? When can you be offering something? So I want you to pull out your calendars and look at those dates, okay? So here's what I want. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. You've got about 72 hours. By Thursday night at midnight, okay, you have to watch this training, and you're going to list 3 things, and you're going to post them right here in our Mavens page, because we're sisters holding each other up on this. I want to know your profit goal, okay? Number 2, you're going to post the number on your list, your 2 lists that you're going to create of who you're going to sell to. What's the number of people you have on those lists? Do you have 100, 400, 500 people that you're going to approach? What's the number you have on your list? So you've got work to do these next 3 days. Lastly, I want to see your 3 dates. What are your dates of your open houses, your specials? And it could be a couple of dates. It might be October 11th through the 13th or whatever. It might be a range in there. I'm okay with that. But I want those, because this is step number 1 to having huge success in selling. And that number can be as big as you want. I will tell you guys, last year at my virtual holiday open house, now I offered sales at that, but when I'm buying at a profit and I use what was on sale that month, I did about $4,000 in sales in about a 4-day period for my virtual holiday open house. That was, I think, the end of November, actually. I think it was like Black Friday sort of stuff. So you can make some mega bucks during this time, guys, but it's all about the planning. It's all about being focused, and it's all about knowing what you're doing with it. So that all being said, this will be posted by Thursday night at midnight. On Friday, we will have a winner chicken dinner only from those who have done these 3 things. Those are the only people that will be entered, and it's going to be a mega pack. It is going to be a mega pack that's going to be related to holiday selling. It's going to have supplies and things that you need to go out and do your holiday selling. So that's it from me, guys. I can't wait to hear what you're doing. Comment below so we know what you're doing, right? # holiday selling. Thanks for watching the training. Bye, guys.